What's going down? Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Geek Culture Congress Live. I am one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis, actor and comedian extraordinaire himself. How you doing, sir?
Mind your business.
How you been, man?
Not bad, man. How are you guys?
You good? We're good. We're good. Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's here, juggling multiple pages here. You know how it is. Yeah. This is Joy Franchise.
Hola, what's up?
DJ, world influencer, global trotter. How you doing, sir?
Not bad.
Yeah, you good?
I like the intro.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things happening. A lot of things moving along. A lot of things bombing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hollywood is not looking too hot. Not looking too holly. What's going on, guys? First off, Tarek got to see, of course, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Did you get to see it, Joey?
Nah, I was trying to go see it today before I did the show, but yeah, it just wasn't in the cards, man.
Yeah, it didn't.
I'm gonna go see it on Wednesday.
Okay. Cool. Mr. Tarek Lewis, we're good to let everyone know. You give them the cliff notes to the actual review before we get into spoiler territory, huh?
Yeah. Listen, I think if you like Indiana Jones, you'll probably like it. Not as. I watched some of the old ones before I saw this.
Okay.
It's not as, doesn't have the same level of humor as the other Indiana Jones films, but they try.
Okay.
And this is not a big spoiler, but I never got the feeling when you watch the one with Shia LaBeouf, I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, you get the feeling that they were trying to pass off like, oh, we need a new Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Didn't get that feeling for this one.
Okay.
No, didn't get that feeling for this one. But it's overall enjoyable. It's just a little more, the plot is a little more wilder than most Indiana Jones films.
Okay.
And dude's 80, man. What can I say? Dude's 80.
Yeah, he's not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Not a spring chicken. That's great, man. I want to see it. I like Indiana Jones, one of my favorite franchises. You know, and I am one of those people who did not dislike, even though it was not perfect, Crystal Skull. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I didn't think that was perfect, and I felt like that was a time in Hollywood where Shia LaBeouf was just on everything, and he had to be in every movie at that point. After the success of Transformers, he was just on every fucking movie. It was insane. But yeah, that was his era. But my thing is, where do you rank Tarek after watching it? Where do you rank it amongst all the indie films?
Ooh.
Oh, it's definitely the worst one.
What is worse than Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, to me, yes.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know how, I don't remember how I felt about Crystal Skull at the time, but on the rewatch, I enjoyed it a lot more.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You know, I'm also I'm a Raiders of the Lost Ark guy. You know, there's some Temple of Doom people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Last Crusade. You know, I may have to rewatch that one again too to see. But I don't remember being crazy about the Last Crusade either.
Really? Man, I thought I was.
But I remember liking it more than the Crystal Skull.
Okay, fair enough.
And I like this one. I like Crystal Skull more than this one. So
all right. So since Tarek is the only one who's actually watched the movie, I'll give him the open door if he feels like he needs to spoil anything or talk about spoiler stuff. To get that off his chest, or if you just want to leave it as is, it's up to you, my friend.
I mean,
I don't mind.
It's
for me.
It's an Indiana Jones film. Like, what would you spoil? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you spoil? It's going to be some Nazis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's going to lose his whip. He's going to get the whip back. He's going to punch some people. There's going to be a motorcycle with a sidecar on it somewhere. It's an Indiana Jones movie. Like there's going to be a reference to him not liking snakes. I don't know if that's a big spoiler.
Right.
There's going to be some white people playing Muslims. There's going to be some white people playing Indian. There's going to be that.
Wow.
And it's a classic Indiana Jones film. That's why it's hard to spoil it.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
They do get a little more mystical in this,
Mm-hmm.
and that if that's a spoiler, they get a little more mystical,
right,
in this, and they really focus on the idea that he is an archaeologist and a scientist, and that all this mystical stuff he doesn't believe in, even though he saw somebody's face melt in Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like that always makes me it always makes me laugh about his character. He's always the skeptic.
Yeah.
And he's seen some crazy ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they really, really focus on that in this one.
Now, do you think? Well, I have a feeling like they dropped this movie to kind of reignite the hype in Indiana Jones for a new generation by obviously using Harrison Ford first, who's anchored the character for so many years. But honestly, I think that they're trying to draw interest, interest from fans, and reignite the fan base, because I think they're gonna go like young Indiana Jones, like either whether it be on Disney Plus, or they're gonna just start recasting for the movie. So just do a younger version of Indy and Harrison, and do maybe like another trilogy of movies from his younger years.
I could see that. I think a young Indiana Jones would actually be pretty good. The way they did this film, I could see how a new audience would enjoy it, because it like I said, the guy's 80, so it takes some of the thunder out of the excitement.
Right.
But I could see a young Indiana Jones working, especially on a Disney Plus type show. That could definitely work. But I don't know if you guys remember, there was already a young Indiana Jones show.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Was it canon to the movies?
On Disney Plus too? I think it's on Disney Plus. If you want to watch
it, is on Disney Plus. I don't know if it was canon I don't know.
Oh, everything's canon. Come on, guys.
Oh, Spider-Verse Hollis is not a canon
event. Shout out to D Styles. Thank you, brother, for checking in, my friend. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to watch it anyway. You know what I mean? So it's not bad. Obviously from the reviews, your review wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. It's not bad.
So,
not as good as like a Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Wow, really?
No, I like Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I don't know how people feeling about that. I enjoyed that one.
I like watching the robots fight.
Yeah, it's not quite. It reminds me of the energy of it. Reminds me of Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Wow.
They just don't have a giant cheetah turning into a robot. Not to say that they don't try. So, so for that fact, it's not quite as enjoyable as that film, but close.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's about as far as we're gonna go with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If you want to know more, go watch the movie, man. All right.
Oh, I do want to say, I think I said this in my review too. Mm-hmm. The age, whoever's doing the age regression effects for this film, needs to do them for everybody. It was amazing.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. The age regression was amazing. Sometimes it looks so cheesy and fake. Like I never liked the way Luke looked on The Mandalorian when he was coming. I was like, it looks awful. But this is really good.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I know, Joey, before we get into a Secret Invasion, I know you always come with a shopping list of things you want to talk about. So anything on your menu today? We got a new Superman, apparently.
That's pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Just the new cast of Superman. How did you guys feel about it? I mean, I've been really followed.
I forget. Sorry, did not come prepared with that.
David Cornsweet.
Yeah.
And Rachel Brosnahan will be Lois Lane.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know enough about any other.
I don't know who he is.
Actors. Yeah, I don't know either.
But I heard he's a solid actor. He's been on a few shows. I think he's on some Netflix. I think he's got like a movie on Netflix. I'm not sure, but I heard he's pretty solid. And fans don't seem to be outside of the Snyder fans. Don't seem to be too tight about this pick.
Apparently, he's a dead ringer for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I did hear that.
He does look like him.
Yeah, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of
interesting. He looks very much like him.
Yeah.
He looks like a Superman. You got to have the dark hair that's wavy, and throw some blue contacts on you, and
I think it'll be interesting. Huh?
He looks like him.
We'll see. We'll see what James Gunn does with it. There you go. You know what I mean?
I didn't like the idea of Nicholas Hoult when people were shopping that around. I was so against that.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't
see
him
in enough stuff.
Yeah,
but he might be like Sluther, so
I would be fine with that. That would make more sense. Nicholas Hoult never does a push up for any of his roles. He's like, I'm gonna play Beast, and I'm just gonna stay this. I'm gonna be Spider-Man size when I play Beast. It's like, dude, just gotta do a couple of curls or something, man.
Something, dude. Do some sit-ups, something.
Yeah, man.
We might have I guess the casting for Fantastic Four was completely changed there. The rumor mill has been squashed. No Adam Driver, no
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. No, all that stuff's changing. I guess they're eyeing the gentleman who was in House of the Dragon to be Reed Richards.
House of the Dragon.
Which gentleman?
That's the latest rumor. I said, don't take that to the bank, okay? That's just a rumor that I saw.
House of the Dragon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. The bad guy. This kid.
What's his name?
He was in Morbius too, right?
I think he was.
He was the bad guy in Morbius.
Yo. As who? They better have him as Dr. Doom.
I'm saying, yeah. He plays a good bad guy.
They wanted him to be Reed Richards with another actress. I don't know. That's the rumor that I read. That's the rumor that I read, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take it to the bank.
I hope that one's not true. Yeah. I definitely hope you're wrong on that.
We'll see. We'll see what develops with that. He's good in House of Dragon. Yeah. Right.
Oh, man, he's a bad guy in House of Dragon. Well,
yeah.
He's an asshole, but he's a good one.
Yeah, dude. No, that dude. He's meant to play a bad guy. He plays the Prince of England. He looks evil. He has
Matt Smith. He was Milo in.
That's the guy.
He was Milo in Morbius.
Yeah, that guy is meant to be a villain.
Matt Smith. He might be a good Reed Richards. Yeah.
No, he'd be a great Doom.
Maybe.
I make him Doom, bro.
He's getting tired of being a villain, man.
I mean, I get it. He has that nerdy Reed Richards look going on, but he's still got those villainous eyes. Look at Google his picture.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
I think you could do a Reed Richards. Yeah, why not?
Speedy, we gotta keep you out of the casting office, man.
I'm open to anything at this point.
Speedy think Morgan Freeman would be a good Reed Richards.
Actually, Morgan Freeman would be a great Mephisto. There you go.
No,
he's already played God.
Yeah, because he was,
he's already played God.
He'd be a great Mephisto, I think.
That'd be terrible. He's already been God, bro. Morgan Freeman's God.
Yeah, I don't think that'd work. But hey, listen, if they can age regress him, but the thing is, no one knows what he looks like younger.
That guy's looked the same. He's managed to look the same his entire life.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about. Oh, let's share. So everyone could.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it, bro. That's not Reed Richards to me.
Yeah.
That's a Dr. Doom, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give him any villain role, I'd honestly, if I'm Marvel, I'll give this guy any villain role outside of what he did in Morbius.
Yeah. That's the villain, dude. That's clearly a villain.
Oh.
He looked like he up to something.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he definitely looks like. He looks like the manager that they call when they don't want to give you a refund. Can I speak to a manager? And that guy walks out
because he's not afraid to be an asshole.
Yeah,
They call Damien Targaryen.
I don't know if Reed Richards. I wonder in Hollywood right now if this is like a job that actors want. Like, are actors like, ooh, are there actors that were like, man, I really want to play one of the Fantastic Four?
I think the problem is
because it's not like playing when you play Superman. It's like you want to play Superman. It's like I get to play one of the most iconic characters.
I think the problem is the entanglement
ever.
of multiple projects that you'd be in by picking up one of these characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think more the younger.
That's why you
think more the younger guys are more susceptible to taking on roles like that. You see, for example, I'll use America Chavez or was it Social Gomez? Who's done a few little things, TV shows, not too much. The old girl who plays Ms. Marvel, just young cats that are just more susceptible to take on that longevity in these roles. Because their resume is still kind of building. So I think what Marvel's trying to do is they're trying to find their next Robert Downey Jr. and I don't know if that's possible anymore.
Oh yeah,
wow.
I don't think that's it anymore. And I think I thought Adam Driver he wasn't my first pick to be Reed Richards, but all right, that gives you some kind of star power. Margot Robbie gives you huge star power if that's the case. But if they're dismantling this whole cast up and they can't get the home run with these big stars, I mean, your best bet is going the James Gunn route where he's casting. I mean, obviously Superman's a highly coveted role for any actor in Hollywood. I mean, he's top 3 characters easily in comic book history. Like, why wouldn't you want to play him? But yeah, for like a Reed Richards, your best bet is who's the kid from that plays in You on the show You in Netflix?
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. I'm gonna look him up really quick.
I mean, I thought he was
in Badly.
Yeah, I thought he would be a great Reed Richards. I think that's probably their safest bet, bro. Like, I think these characters pretty much sell themselves, and I think you can catch these actors at a pretty decent rate. I'm sure Penn Badgley's bag is different than Adam Driver's and Margot Robbie's, but he's also a really good. He's also a really good actor too at that. So
I think that was probably the big issue too. Probably just the way it's gonna, the way.
Yeah, the last season of You, he did a lot of detective work and deduction in there, so it shows that he could do it, and he got production credit on You. So he's probably like, I get my little money on the back end, and then I can go and do. They need to talk to him. But I think talking to anybody is going to be hard until these strikes are settled. Although the actors have extended the negotiations, so there's some hope there. But
I guess
I'm still not opposed to Jason David Washington. That's his name, right? Denzel's son.
Yeah, Michael David Washington, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So he I'm not opposed to him even playing Reed Richards. I mean, you already know that Kang is a descendant of Reed.
Very true.
So I mean, I pretty much I'd kind of revisit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to do that. That would be pretty cool. Well, let's see what happens with that. With Fantastic Four going forward, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about what we're all here for. The first 2 episodes.
It's John David Washington, by the way. My bad. I want to make sure we get it right. John David Washington.
Yeah. Let's talk about Secret Invasion, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got the first 2 episodes in. We are caught up with all the advanced screeners that gave it its Rotten Tomato rating so far. So I have to say that I am underwhelmed right now. I like it, but only to a point. Only to a point that like this is the only content we got. So it's kind of like when you get that burger in the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So, that's where I'm at right now. It's like it's my burger in the desert, so I'm consuming it. But and I'm being cautiously optimistic for the future. Hopefully, there'll be some more interesting episodes going forward. It only got probably like 4 episodes left, right? I think it's only a 6-episode miniseries.
I believe it's a 6-episode
Yeah,
show.
so I hope it starts snapping soon. But right now I'm at a 5 out of 10 right now, man. Yeah, that's my level right now. But we're incomplete show, so.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Some parts are good. Some parts are okay. I haven't seen anything bad. It's just all you know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Terry. What do you think? Because
I'm enjoying it.
Enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. Now, I was not excited about this show. I was not excited about it. I'm enjoying it. I like the ruthlessness that they're taking, and I'm looking at like the political angles and this show as an allegory for stuff actually going on in the world. I like that. I like it for that. It's kind of like watching. It's like watching 24 with scrolls in it.
Yeah, it
is.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And
I'm enjoying that.
And Nick Fury,
the main villain, the main terrorist guy, his moves. Are we spoiling yet? Or we just?
You can spoil that.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your spoiler warning. We're going to talk about the first 2 episodes of Secret Invasion. If you haven't watched the shows yet, this is your checkout moment. Okay. All right. 2, 3. Let's go.
Yeah. So the dude playing the main villain, I think is the actor's name is I can't even pronounce the actor's name, so I'm not going to butcher this dude's name. It's Kingsley Ben-Adir, the insurgent terrorist who takes over the council, and I like stuff like that. I think that's what if there was a Shield show, that's what it should be about. More of the spy stuff and the machinations. Did you say the conversation with Rhodey, with James Rhodes and Samuel Jackson, and I'm sorry, I call him by their own names, with James Rhodes and Nick Fury. That was a dope convo.
Yeah, it was.
That was a dope combo. How War Machine plays a part in this whole thing and the world after the Avengers. There's some references to like, the Avengers aren't really around, which I like because I feel like in the other shows and movies, they've been like, oh, I'm an Avenger now. And I'm like, yo, who are the Avengers? Like, they got to be disbanded. Like, are they just, does no one address this?
I guess the only Avengers really is just Captain Marvel. It's just that one powwow that we saw in Shang-Chi. That's it. That's probably what's left of it.
Yeah.
Right now, 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. And I was shocked that they killed Maria Hill. I thought that was going to be, I was like, oh, she's going to be alive. I'm still not convinced she won't be, but, Gravik is the main villain's name. Yeah, they're taking people out.
Yeah.
I'm dark, man. I like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a War Machine's a scroll. That'd be wild.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
I'm not going to be shocked because it feels like that's going to happen, especially after the second episode. For me, I'm at a 6.5 right now, leaning towards a 7. I think the first episode, I was still trying to, kind of catch up to the vibe that they're trying to go for. Right. I already knew it was going to be like some spy espionage shit. 24, Terry nailed it on the head with that one. But yeah, the first episode took some time to warm up to. You see Everett Ross. He ends up being a Skrull, but I think he's still in the custody of the Dora Milaje or the what are they called now?
That's the Dora Milaje, yeah.
No, remember she Okoye. She's it's an angel, something angel. I forgot they're called the Angels. It's her and the other girl because they got the new blue suits.
Oh,
I'll look it up and y'all can look it up and correct.
I'm gonna look it up, yeah.
But yeah, Everett Ross, you find out he's a Skrull, but I don't think that's that real Everett Ross anyways, or I don't think he's even like hanging around, but it's just interesting to see how the Skrulls have been living this entire time. Ever since we got to see them in Captain Marvel, which was based in the 90s. So these guys have been hanging out for a minute. And I think they went back, they tried to go back to their planet and then they fled. And then like half the population just lives on Earth. Yeah, so that was pretty insane. I kind of like the story build up. I think what I'm more focused on is not so much like the action. It's been pretty solid. It's been more like suspense, and I dig that because we haven't seen that side of Marvel since I want to say Winter Soldier, like where you just kind of felt the suspense and Captain America. That's what I loved about like the Captain America portrayal in the MCU so far, because it kind of, he kind of was getting his detective work in since the first Avengers movie. Trying to figure out what Nick Fury's up to, what Shield's all about, and then it bled into Captain America, Winter Soldier, and you saw that unfold. And honestly, that's one of the top MCU movies of all time right now. Um, but I was really glad in the second episode just how they explain everything, because there are all these scrolls. Like, why wouldn't you get the Avengers? And the way they
Yeah.
broke it down in the story was like, nah, why would I call them? Nick Fury's breaking it down like, yo, they come down here. We don't need these scrolls impersonating them, or brainwash, like picking up their memories and their
Right.
powers and things like that. Um, so that was really cool how they broke that down. Rhodey's definitely going to be a scroll. I don't know how long he's been a scroll. I wouldn't say it's been since. I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube saying, "Oh, he's been a scroll since Civil War," and I'm like, I can't see that. Just because the plans they have with Armor Wars. So, and I'm trying to piece together why I don't see that. So, but just off the, just a hunch, I don't think he's been a scroll for that long.
Yeah.
But you do see like too, like they're building the Super Scroll as well. With they have pieces of Groot. They have the one of the
Oh
frost.
yeah.
I think it's a frost, not a frost giant, but one of the creatures from Jotunheim that was in Thor: The Dark World, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah.
They have that in their possession, like that
Mm-hmm.
DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing all that shit, I was like,
Well, you know
bro,
that
like,
you know what
okay,
they're building, right? Obviously, they're making a super scroll with all those DNA.
yeah,
But
Yeah. That's what he said.
yep. So I think episode 2 has really excited me for like what's next to unfold in the series. But yeah, so far I'm tilting towards a 7, but I'm at 6.5.
6.5. All right.
I mean, it's been better than Miss
Yeah.
Marvel
This is
to me.
facts.
Yeah.
No,
I like Miss
Miss
Marvel
Marvel's
for
for the
what it was.
kids.
You know,
Miss
Yeah.
Marvel's for the kids.
Yeah.
and fucking kids, man.
Now this is no, but this does feel like you could feel this is definitely a mature series, and I think they
Yeah.
need stuff like this to kind of make sense for Deadpool,
Hmm.
and just going forward in general, because you know some lackluster Disney Plus series, and Thor: Love and Thunder, and it's just been kind of goofy. So to kind of get a more mature MCU take, like it's like finally, like
Uh,
I want to like I'm getting diet Captain America Winter Soldier vibes, minus
mm,
the Captain America.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our take on the first 2 episodes of Secret Invasion. If you have not watched it yet, go watch it, man. It's it's Marvel content. It's good.
Hmm.
It's not bad, but I'm not. I don't know. Just one. I
It's
guess I
holding
just
us
wanted.
down. It's
I
holding
guess
us
I was
down
just
until we get the Marvels,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
which I'm not excited for the
Cheese
Marvels, by the
sticks.
way.
It's before the. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not
I
excited for the
I think
Marvels.
I need to see another trailer. I just don't. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I was when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, it may be decent, and then I started thinking about how are they going to have a whole film? Um,
A whole
now I'm
film
not.
of them like literally like switching places with each other, like 3 people just switching places with each other back to back to back to back.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not looking as thrilled at that. Speaking of, we were talking about castings and like people having being stuck in those in the franchise, which Don Cheadle talks about that, and Anthony Mackie and some of these other people talk about being stuck in a forever endless loop of like being in a certain amount of movies. I think sometimes
Right.
that the hate that Brie Larson gets is because she knows she's stuck in these movies,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a you know she's an artsy actress. She wants to do different characters and try different things, and it's like I'm stuck
Right.
as Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
and they're not giving me great plot lines.
Hey man, she found the bottom line, man. She
Yo,
knew she was getting it.
and they're sandwiching her with 2 extra characters who are like also leads in the movie. So it's like I want to see more Carol Danvers, like, and Brie Larson kind of develop that character a little bit more. I mean, we got the first movie, which was all right. Now you catch her up to current, present day MCU. She shows up in Avengers Endgame for 2 seconds and comes back at the end, and then
Mhm.
you know, and then now you pair her up with a tree. Like now she's part of a team, and it's like I just want to kind of see that character develop because I feel like she didn't get her fair shot in the first Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah, they're pulling it's what I call the Finn complex. You're pulling a Finn on them. you introduce Finn in Star Wars and just nerf him.
Yeah,
Nerf his storyline the rest of the series. Like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, they did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. I think we talked about everything we want to talk about today. Except for Jonathan Majors might squeeze out of
yeah.
his little
They
incident.
they arrested his the lady his ex-girlfriend that pressed
Mhm.
charges against him originally.
Yeah,
Right.
they said they can charge her if
That's
they wanted
wild.
to.
Oh, she's
So
arrested. She got cuffed.
did she? She got.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I'm
got
not
cuffed.
laughing. That's not funny, but
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah.
We don't condone
Um,
domestic violence whatsoever in any shape or form.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. From either side there. I am highly interested. I haven't watched it yet, and I caught up on Superman and Lois because I thought
Okay.
I saw on the interwebs here and social media about like, oh, they did a version of Doomsday, and I saw like questions which is the best Doomsday. So apparently, Superman and Lois has done Doomsday,
Mm.
and I'd only watched season one. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be in season two. I didn't know they were already in season three, so I'm gonna get on my high horse and sit around and try to see if I can watch Superman and Lois season three, just so I could see their version of Doomsday at the end.
Okay.
And
All right.
speaking of
Well, there you go.
Speaking of DC, man, how about this Flash and tanking in the box office? What do you think?
I think it's lost $200 million. I think that's the negative right now.
Yeah, I think I think people wanted this movie to tank, and I'm not saying that it's sabotage. I just think like the star is problematic. He's just a problematic star, and then you have the James Gunn haters. You add
Mm-hmm.
on the Snyder fans, and as someone explained to me, like, why get excited? I talked to somebody recently. They were like, I'm not going to see it. I'm like, yo,
It's brand confusion.
I'm like, yo, you love DC stuff. And he's like, why go get it? Even if it's good, why go get excited about it knowing that it's not going to mean anything?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well,
Yeah.
okay. But Indiana Jones is having box office problems too.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it's a symptom of just people don't want to spend good money to see mid stuff.
This is true. I mean, I didn't think it was a terrible film though. Like
Or
Flash
if their
was,
passion is mid, if their passion level is mid, they don't want to spend money on it. There you go.
and I think that's what the problem was. What kind of prepped me for the fact that I was gonna hear news like this was the fact that I went to 3 advanced screenings for Flash,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking to myself, like, why are they showing so many advanced screenings all over the place? Every week for like an entire month, it was just Flash screenings everywhere. There was 4 that I knew of in like the Tampa area, St. Pete area.
I just think they were just there for we're just gonna out hype the
Yeah.
negativity about it.
And it was
You
it
know?
was a solid movie. Like
Mhm.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And
Yeah,
but yeah,
I liked
I
it.
think that had to do with it. I think the Ezra Miller being problematic, that situation had a lot to do with it. It's just honestly like I think they're trying to recoup at least some money, if not, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or maybe even like streaming revenue because that shit's gonna go to max in like a few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Just
I think it's on demand already.
even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just need to get out of this Snyder era, bro. Like it has to, like that's why I'm like shortly after, like I think James Gunn couldn't waste any more time on who he was casting as for the next Superman
Yeah.
because you gotta get rid of the Snyder stink right now. Like all that stuff, all that shit has to get out the door, and you have to make way for the new era. And people just need to have to, get on the bandwagon and you know and don't miss the wave, man. Because yeah,
Yeah.
we can't sit here and shit on James Gunn as if he like makes trash movies. I couldn't even name you a trash movie that he's ever done.
Actually, his Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was probably the highlight of the summer.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah,
with Spider-Verse.
Easily.
With Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I put Spider-Verse for right now. I put it Spider-Verse. I put Spider-Verse at 1, Guardians at 2, Flash at 3, Transformers 4, and I'm waiting to see what this Indiana Jones movie is talking about.
Oh, it's gonna be your 5th. It's gonna be 5.
Man, that's
well. There's some light at the end of the tunnel for some of the characters. Sasha Calle might still be.
Yeah, I heard she had a meeting. Yeah, she had a meeting with James Gunn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm.
Or Pete Safran.
She was one of the highlights for me. I was like, man, I just want her career to be able to like go from this because she was great as Supergirl. Michael Keaton don't need no more money. He's fine. He had his moment. It was great. It was a great ode.
Even though he was scheduled to be on for a Batman Beyond movie or series for Max.
Yeah. That I still. Oh, that would have been great. But I got my Michael Keaton fix, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. But I would love to see Sasha Calle, cast as Supergirl still, even if it's further down the line. So.
And I think Jason Momoa was still going to be Aquaman, to be honest with you.
I think so too. Even on Superman and Lois, even though I was only on season 2, there's a mention at the end of that season that they do multiverse in there too, and there's a mention that there's a bunch of universes, and in the universe on the CW Superman and Lois, that's the only universe where there's just one Superman, where there's just one superhero. And he kind of says like there's other universes where they have leagues of superheroes and he's still the best one. So that kind of alluded to the fact that there's going to there'll be a universe where this Justice League thing comes back together and that there's a Supergirl. I never watched Supergirl the show, so I don't know if it intersects with Superman and Lois or not. I don't think it does.
A little bit. They cross over universe.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. It does. As a matter of fact.
Yeah.
There is Supergirl in his universe.
Yeah. So the thing on with Indiana Jones is that I believe this movie costs $300 million to make.
Wow. Yeah. And they made 60 the first week.
60 million.
The first week.
60 million. Wow. So they gotta, even if it's really good, you gotta really think about making a movie that costs that much. And I let you see it though, but I'm like, where did that go? Not that it was bad, you know what I'm saying? not that that was bad, but like, man, Transformers had, Transformers in it. And let me see what that budget was. Shit. Is that where the money went? Was making him look younger? It was great. It looked great.
It looked great.
Transformers budget
money
was
well spent.
Right. Transformers budget was $200 million. Why was Indiana Jones's budget?
And you got mad Transformers.
I mean, just the licensing fees for Mama Said Knock You Out. Like, how much did they pay for that? So they got to start figuring out how to make these big blockbusters cheaper. I don't want to see sci-fi movies, like the sci-fi originals.
LL Cool J got a milli check. That's what happened.
LL Cool J got the bank. Yeah,
got a cool mill. He was like, "Oh, thank you very much."
So,
of course, you can use my song. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's show. For everyone, I thank so much for everyone supporting the audio version of this podcast. Our spoiler flash discussion is almost at like 1,000 plays right now.
Lit,
right?
Yeah, it's litty, man.
Thank
you guys. Thank you
so
much for supporting us.
Yeah, man, y'all the best.
Podcast. Yeah. For the audio guys, let them know how they can follow you, Mr. Tarek Lewis.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and on YouTube, and I will be for the local Floridians, Central Floridians. I will be at the Dunedin Brewery for a comedy show this coming Thursday. It'll be karaoke and comedy, so I'll be singing and slinging jokes. Yeah.
What are you gonna sing? What's your go-to?
I think I'm doing some Prince. I don't know which Prince song I'm doing yet.
No Montel Jordan?
Man, go to hell, Montel Jordan.
Mr. Joey Franchise, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
You can couple me at Joey Franchise on Instagram and Twitter, and at Franchise on Film.
All right. Of course, you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. Thank you so much for everyone watching us on Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. We'll be back with Mikey Sutton with some more bombs. He's got some MCU bombs for me. And hopefully I'll be doing a show with him on Wednesday or Thursday. We're at least going to try. If not, probably at least by Sunday we'll get together and make it happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for following us, the podcast. Listen to the podcast anywhere you listen to your great podcasts. Just search for Geek Culture Congress podcasts. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and we'll see you again on the next show. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
We'll talk more Secret Invasion next Monday. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Will we care? Have a good one, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.